Have you ever wondered, if you had the power to prevent a disaster, would you use it? And if someone as enlightened, powerful, and wise as the Buddha knew his own people were heading toward destruction, why didn't he intervene? Why would he allow such a tragic fate to unfold? Welcome back to our channel, where we dive into the profound and often misunderstood depths of Buddhist history and teachings. Today, we explore one of the most haunting and powerful stories ever recorded: the destruction of the Sakya clan, the very bloodline of the Buddha himself. This is not just a tale from ancient scriptures. This is a mirror that reflects the unshakable law of cause and effect, the boundaries of divine intervention, and the truth that compassion, when rooted in wisdom, sometimes looks like silence. Let's begin by going back in time, far back, beyond memory, beyond measurement, to a time when the Sakya clan's story didn't start with kings and warriors, but with fishermen. According to Buddhist texts, in one of their distant past lives, the Sakya people were a community of fishermen who once drained an entire lake to catch every single fish in it. It was not an act of survival, but of greed. Among those fish was one large leader, the being who in that life endured the death of his entire kin. That fish, reborn countless times later, would one day become King Verutaka, or the king who would lead the army that wiped out the Buddha's family. You might ask, but isn't that just metaphor? Buddhism says no. In the realm of karma, nothing disappears. No deed is ever lost. Everything waits for the right time to ripen. Fast forward, Siddhartha Gautama, born into the Sakya clan, becomes the Buddha, the awakened one. He attains enlightenment, teaches thousands, guides kings and beggars alike. He becomes a beacon of compassion, wisdom, and supernatural power. And yet, when the karma of his people begins to ripen, he does not stop it. He doesn't use his powers to change destiny. He tries 3 times to persuade King Verutaka to turn back. He places himself on the path of the army, but he doesn't use miracles. He doesn't summon divine thunder or scatter the soldiers with his aura. He steps aside. Because the Buddha does not defy the law of karma. Because true compassion is not about protecting people from their past, it's about awakening them to their future. Many students and practitioners have struggled with this story. How could someone who speaks of love and non-harming allow such horror? But the Buddha, when karma ripens, even a Buddha does not erase it. He can teach, he can mourn, he can guide, but he does not interfere. This moment, heartbreaking as it was, revealed a deeper layer of spiritual truth. With wisdom must walk hand in hand with compassion, and compassion without wisdom becomes attachment. The Buddha's sorrow was not absent. He wept internally for his people, but he understood that to stop the consequence of their own actions would be to rob them of the very lesson they needed to evolve. What makes this story even more profound is what happened before the massacre. The Buddha told a small group of his disciples and followers from the Sakya clan to leave. He instructed them to travel far, beyond the reach of war. Those who listened survived, and from those few would one day rise powerful teachers, lineages, and spiritual communities, including those who carried Buddhism to the snowy mountains of Tibet. So was it total destruction? Was pruning, painful, but necessary, karmic clearing, and within the ashes, seeds were protected, seeds that would bloom in future lands. Let's pause here. What does this mean for you? You, sitting in the middle of your own life, facing consequences, challenges, perhaps tragedies you didn't expect. Means this: when things go wrong, it isn't always because you're doing something wrong right now. Sometimes it's because of actions long buried, thoughts you've forgotten, choices your ancestors made, or lessons your soul agreed to learn. means that not everything painful is unjust. Not everything unjust is preventable, but everything has meaning if you're willing to look deep enough. There's a saying in the Dhamma pod, not in the sky, not in the ocean, not in a mountain cave is there a place where one can escape the result of one's actions. This is not a threat, it's a promise of balance. It's the law that ensures that kindness bears fruit even if unseen, and that harm, no matter how hidden, will surface until healed. But here's where Buddhism offers hope. Karma is not fate. It is not punishment. It is simply a seed, and what grows from that seed depends on how you respond. The Buddha didn't save his clan, but he offered them every chance to change their hearts. He taught them, he warned them, he blessed them, and when their time came, he stood witness not as a powerless God, but as a silent guardian of truth. Imagine someone you love walking toward fire. You shout, you plead, you try to block their path, but they are determined. What do? You cannot tie them down. You cannot steal their choice. You let them walk, but you stay close. You catch the ones who fall. You guide the survivors. You mourn, but you don't collapse. This is the strength of awakened compassion. In today's world, we often wish for saviors, leaders, lovers, parents, teachers, even gods, who will protect us from ourselves, but the real gift of spiritual awakening is not being saved. It's being shown how to save yourself. That's what the Buddha offered. That's why he didn't intervene, as we understand it. Because the greatest love is not interference, it's guidance with freedom. This story of the Sakya clan is also a story of justice without revenge, of wisdom without avoidance, of compassion without control. It teaches us that consequences are not cruelty, that spiritual power is not in erasing pain, but in transforming through it, that some of the most important things we go through will be things no one can go through for us. So if you're facing something heavy, loss, failure, illness, heartbreak, only ask, why didn't someone save me? Ask also, what can I awaken to through this? Maybe the pain is not punishment. Maybe it's an opening. Maybe it's karma completing its course. Maybe it's the first breath of new freedom. Thank you so much for watching this video. If this story moved you, if it made you reflect on your own life, your own trials and awakeneth us, please share in the comments. How have you dealt with difficult karma in your life? What has helped you stay wise when things feel unfair? Don't forget to subscribe, like this video, and consider joining our community to support more teachings like this. Until next time, remember, even in silence, compassion is present. Even in loss, wisdom is born, and even in endings, new paths are beginning.
Before you leave, here's something special. In Buddhism, we believe that every encounter carries a deeper meaning. Would you like to discover your true soul connection, the one written into your destiny? Take the soulmate test today and unveil the hidden truths of your journey. Click the link below and begin your path now.
http://soulmate. You wisdom more, come, white.